Zigzagger, what up, man? What's happening? What's happening? Solar Mike, what up? What up? What up? Can you hear me? Let me know if y'all can hear me. Sean Harris, what's good? What's good? What's good? Can y'all hear me? Let me know if you can hear me, man. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know if you can hear me. I ain't got my headphones plugged in, man. Loud and clear. Psh, bro. Cool, cool, cool. I got my little mic right here. Okay. Cool. Scientific Mystic. What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? I'm good. Happy to help. Thank you. What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What up, Coach Michael? What's good? What's good? Mr. Grizz, appreciate it, man. AK Gorilla, man. His Venus conjuncts my South Node. Karmic tie, gone all the way wrong. Too ready for this discussion. Oh, shoot. His Venus conjuncts my South Node. That's definitely, I like that marker because it definitely shows a past life relationship because of the South Node. And then, Venus representing relationships. So I like that. And it shows you something from the past. But obviously some other things is going to dictate, how this thing may play out. You dig? But I like the marker for real. Because it's real, it's really obvious, right? Oh, Moon Goddess. Now you that's actually the title. So the title comes out of the Holy Quran, Surah 64, called Mutual Blaming. And verse 14 says, "Oh, you who believe, your spouses and your children can be your enemies." But I didn't want to talk about the children today. So I left them out of the title. But that verse literally says your spouses and your children can be your enemies. Okay. Ooh, we may have to take a drink to that one, man. Hold on, man. Okay, Money, what's happening? What's good? What's going on, man? Boy, y'all making me go back to back to back. This is rare, so soak it up, man. Soak it up, because I will easily get fixated on something else and be gone for a while. Man, oh man, oh man. All right, man. So my people in the chat, do me a favor, thumbs up so we can alert the algorithm so we can get going, man. I can't get started until I see some of my soldiers, the rest of my soldiers come in and give me the green light and whatnot. I saw a video of you on YouTube today. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. All right. There go. There's a confirmation right there. And I need a confirmation. I need some baby planes and motherships coming up in this joint. Hold on. Let me check my messages. My son Chiron. Man, I appreciate it, Coach Michael, man. I try my best just to, share my perception of what's going on. Hey. Peace. What's up? All right. Adrian Nicole, what's up? What's up? All right. Yo, you and Phil Valentine beginning to look very much alike. You out your motherfucking mind. You crazy. Yeah, it's blasphemy, nigga. You out your mind. No, man. Definitely was one of the first schools of thoughts I went through. So that was the first grade for me and whatnot. You know what I mean? No grades on the head. All right. But I'm gonna keep it a buck. There's a lot of that teaching that I gotta undo. You know what I'm saying? And let's just keep it a thou wow with you. And it's just what it is. All right, so let's get going, man. Surah 64 in the Holy Quran. I love the Quran because it's gangster. The Quran, I'm telling you, the Quran was written for the mother freaking G's. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, they be on some stuff in the Quran. They get straight to it. All right. So Surah 64 is known as mutual blaming. Verse 14 reads, "O you who believe, your spouses and your children can be your enemies. Beware." Where is this coming from, Noble? Sir Noble, Mr. Ampu De Beer, where is this coming from? If you ever hear me referencing a situation that you may have gone through and you have recently talked to me, it is not because it is personal against you. One, and my people know that. Usually I'm only told about it because you're seeking my opinion about the matter. And thank you for even just sharing and allowing me to have such sacred space in your mind. But there's a universal lesson in which your other brothers and sisters of humanity is also undergoing. And if I could be of service to you, the reason why we tap in, then I feel it's my obligation to share the scenario, not you, the person, the scenario with other people so they could never have to experience the things that you may have experienced. So it's strictly 100% from the true Aquarian nature. This guy pours the water of life upon you. This is the age that we in, the Aquarius age. And the Quran says something about the heavens and you having to seek permission, authorization from the heavens. And you can't get up in there until you have it. Right? Now, this is very, very, very interesting. It's interesting. And that what I'm talking about is in Surah 55, Rahman, and it gets busy in Surah 55, verse 33, it says, "O you jinns and humans," you can call the jinns the malefic ones, "O you jinns and humans, if you can penetrate the outer limits of the heavens and earth, go ahead and penetrate. You cannot penetrate without authorization." Now that makes us have to raise a question. You mean to tell me, Allah, you can give authorization to access the heavens? And if you can, because clearly that's what you're insinuating, what will the proofs look like for him or her or they who can come back with the Quran always says the clear proof that the authorization of the heavens is mandating and saying X, Y, Z. Where is your cosmic authority? We like to talk sovereignty all the time. Islam, right? Cool. That's on the land. But now when we gonna really go 360 with them fezes on, and we gonna circumscribe this reality and really square this thing up? I really wonder, right? I really do. So the Quran talks about authorizations from the heaven. No problem. Yesterday was a great demonstration. This whole channel is a great demonstration, especially these last couple days dealing with some of these brothers that got shot. It's showing you what the clear proofs look like when you have that authorization. Okay. All right. So what's come to my attention in my circumference, women and men, but I think I'm gonna put a little bit of emphasis on women. All right, looking a little rough today. Women are suffering because the calls that I'm getting, conversation that I'm getting, is pure D suffering. Now I'm sensitive, and I know I come from the culture. I come from the culture with the music that's slapping my ear and where I get my game from all day. And I mean, just all day, period. By far is the Bay, right? The Yay area, Oakland, Vallejo, all day, right? I'm taught, and this is not to be derogatory towards anyone. I'm just telling you the culture I come from. I'm taught, don't save you hoes. Okay? Oh, is I can I say you Captain Saber hoe ass nigga, right? Because men have been hurt by, you see what's in the news now? I got a text, because what I didn't tell y'all on the news, on the MO3, rest in peace, the first chart, because it was discrepancies in his birthday, and the first one I pulled, I said, oh shit. Homie got oh shit, I deleted that goddamn text. Homie got set up by a woman. I didn't say it out loud. I said it to somebody and whatnot. And they hit me back yesterday. They said, how you know it was a woman involved? Why you asked me that? Then they sent me a screenshot that MO3 was actually set up by a woman. Because in the first chart, sort of like Benny the Butcher, when Venus is involved, that represents the female principle. And I'm like, shit. Was a woman involved in this shit? It's just that simple, okay? So there is some shit that we got to get to the bottom of, ladies and gents. Because I'm going to tell you it's some shit that's going on. There's some real shit that's going on. I ain't talking about the hip hop thing. I'm talking about being evenly yoked in relationships. Oh, I got experience with this shit. I will tell you right now, I think I'm one of the chief authoritative motherfuckers on this topic right here. Unevenly, the concept of evenly yoked. The uneven yoke is creating a massive disturbance. And there is a 24-year group of individuals in which most of us here fall in this timeline. Y'all ready? November of 1971, if you're born, to January of 1995. If you're born within that pocket, and honestly, it probably just goes a little bit above January because it's probably going to retrograde, but officially up in there, that 24-year group of people are people who are born with either Pluto in Libra from 71 to 83 of November, And then from December of 83 to 95, Pluto in Scorpio. You two generation of people, 24-year group of people, makes me go back to the riddle of the 24 scientists. It makes me go back to the riddle that these 24 scientists had to have a conversation about how they're going to write the future in advance. Okay? Supposed to be so wise, all knowing, they write the future in advance. And when reality catches up to the future, scripture is revealed. And within that epoch of time of humanity, period, it is said from this school of thought, i.e., Nation of Islam, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad is said to have said 75% of the work is done with the woman. And I said, God damn, what do you mean 75% of the work is done with the woman? But what that even look like in this society, right? Gonna get to that. But this 24-year group of people, Pluto and Libra. You want to know some keywords for Pluto? Because the planet represents an aspect of human consciousness. All of them do. Okay? It represents an aspect of human consciousness. So Pluto and Libra, that 12-year group of people, is all about power, struggle, secrets, control, manipulation, dark forces. It's the real butterfly effect, meaning transformation, intensity, atomic energy, the intensity that is so heated, so nasty, it forces you to transform into a higher being. This is why in the ancient times, the whole Scorpio vibe, which is ruled by Pluto, is symbolized by the phoenix bird. Burn yourself to ashes and be reborn again. So Pluto and Libra just simply deals with two things, ladies and gentlemen. It is really marriage and close friendships. It's your concept and your psychological belief and perception about relationships. But Pluto, a very, very dark aspect of our psyche that deals with all of the keywords that I just named. So that generation of people, what is it, 71 through 83, your marriages is going to be very, very intense. Pluto represents death. So now that means your relationships are death sentences. Now the question is going to become, what type of death? Is it a mental, emotional, spiritual death? Because you can be reborn again, either that way, cognizant of you still who you are today, you still in the flesh, and got memory. I remember I was in that relationship and got memory. Or that shit could be your physical death. Bye-bye. Problem with that, as I always say, when you reincarnate, because again, Pluto is regeneration. Again, it's the phoenix bird, born again. So if it's death and rebirth, then that shit literally means reincarnation. So I'm telling you, this group of people got the most intense shit that you can have especially in that 1-2 year period in the 70s when the North Node was coming through Libra at the same time. Ooh-wee. Okay. The Scorpions, y'all didn't get that. The ones who got Pluto on Libra end up getting that. Well, you did get it in the sense because it takes the node about 18.6 years to make a cycle. So within those 24 years, it probably did catch it. I have to go look. So, but it can be the physical death of you. So we got death sentences. We are here to understand how to transform. How do you do that? We talk about it in a second. Pluto then goes home into Scorpio, November of 83, all the way up to January of 95. Interesting. 95 is the Million Man March. So now we go home. The energy when the planet is at home, its energy is heightened. It's increased. Like Mars is in Aries right now in the sky, and Mars represents gunshots. So now you will see like, oh, Boosie got shot. Oh, MO3 got shot. Oh, you know, King Von got shot. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Benny the Butcher got shot. Yeah, when Mars is at home, when the planet is at home, that energy is magnified. Okay. So when Pluto got home within this particular generation of people, now the sex is really involved now. Okay. The power. Okay. This generation is going to have sexual secrets. Along with Libra, you're going to have these 24-year group of people are going to have some sexual shit that you may not never know. Right. Or you may find out, and then it's going to be some type of clash of power. Right. Because it violates the constitution of y'all agreement of monogamy. Right. 9 times out of 10. Okay. So a lot of intense power struggle here. A lot of affairs that's going to take place. There's something in the Quran. Let me find it because I don't remember the chapter, but I screenshotted it. Hold on. So I had to send this out. No, that's not the one. That's not it. Let me move on. I'll find it. But in that verse, it talks about, again, oh, you who believe your spouses and your children can be your enemies, beware. If you pardon, forget, and forgive. If you pardon, forget, or forgive, then God is is forgiver, most merciful. And I found that interesting because I can forgive you, but I can't forget it. And then when something triggers the memory, then it's Sada and the attitude. Did you really forgive? It's just a question. Right? So there's something that have to be weighed here in the sense of being able to move forward. Now, I always said this, raise your hand if you're in a relationship, you just got in it. When you just got in it, you want to break up. Nobody does that. Why? Because that's not the purpose of coming together. But something clearly happened. Something you can say, Tom, I couldn't tell because we had to live together. You don't know a person till you really, live with them and see. Okay. That could be true. Okay. But something has to happen here. Because what is happening with, especially those of you here, and shout out to K Money, shout out to Phil, that's journeying together. That's a beautiful thing and very rare. When you hit this fork in the road, a Y, okay, um, which is a Y. Thank you. Um, a Y in the road, we're met with a decision that has to be made. Feel like you're going here, and the other person is just right at the fork, right? Now, I'm going to tell you there's nothing wrong with hope. I love hope. I think it's beautiful. You got in a relationship so you could journey together. See, what we don't know is, did you know you were going to become who you are and where you're going then when you got in it? Most of us don't. So there was an inner transformation with you. And this happens on your own clock. I'm telling you from experience. I know what it's like to be arrogant and have information. A lot of us, when we came through the Nation of Islam, the first thing we did was go look for people who believed in the Bible so we can bash them and make them feel stupid and bad about themselves for having the white man's poison book. Couldn't wait to see a Bible thumper. Right? How arrogant. How nasty. You got good people that are there that do good morally things. In the meantime, you know, we got a stigma in the nation. The order come, we'll murk you. The order come, you get murked. Better look into some of this history. Okay? It's there. Right? So you get this information and you go through your transformation. And if you're not careful how you communicate that back with your partner is going to see that like that what you're messing with is making you ugly. And it's not making you a better person. So I remember one of the rabbis that I was studying, Rabbi Shalom, very, 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 very beautiful soul, very religious because he's a Jewish rabbi. And this whole thing was based off of the spouse must see that the transformation is making you a better person. And once it makes you a better person, then they can't deny it and they will submit and join you. That's one way. Okay? That can happen. Okay? That can happen. Most certainly. It happens for them. I don't know how long it may take, whatever. Right? So for those who have hope, and you in this space, because I know what it's like. I know what it's like to, I call it jumping the fence. Oh, you ain't getting with this? Okay, I'm going to show you. Right? I know what it's like to be, I guess, arrogant. Oh, really? Okay. What? I'm doing me. Okay. Right? So I'm not to communicate it effectively. Right? What does that do? Create mistrust. Right? Just made things worse if you want to stay in it. You just pushed it back. What are you doing? We had a fork in the road and you done pushed it back. You gotta start all over. And then don't start over and still don't have the information and the wisdom to see what you've done and do it all over again. Now you're just on the fucking cycle of repeating shit. Right? That happens. So my advice to you is communicate to the best of your ability that you truly have hope. And this is where you would like to be. Now, I know it's tough. Oh, shit. You want to talk about tough. I know it's tough. Okay? It's very, very tough. Sometimes the subject of money or vision, goals come up. I never forget in Grant Cardone. which y'all know that's like Uncle G. I'm telling you, G gonna run for president in 2024. Watch. Uncle G, his wife Elena was like, "Why don't you get an airplane, a private jet?" And he's like, "What? Like, damn, yo, ungrateful ass, right? Man, this ain't enough. We millionaires. You talking about a private jet?" But what had happened was that level of success, he wasn't thinking that big, and he became defensive as if she was actually ungrateful. But as he realized, and she says, "No, Grant, you have a big mission. Honey, now we can go all over the world and spread this. People need this. You see, they need it and they're supporting you now. Now we can go all over the world and really 10x." He came up with a business plan or what he would have to make in order to get the jet. And you know, they got a jet right now. You know it. Okay. So sometimes in that conversation, especially when it's a woman talking to a man, it, can I say it? It fucks with our ego. Not mine. I'm gonna be honest with you about that shit. That don't mess with me. That's what you want to become a billionaire, a billionaire? Oh shit, girl, let's start doing all kind of crazy shit to make it happen, right? I'm with that. But it can mess with a man's ego, especially if the dynamics cosmically are switched and there's a role reversal. What do you mean? I give you one example of a role reversal. One example. If a woman is, let's just say she's a Pisces, the sun is in Pisces when she's born, but she meets a man, let's say, or her partner, but in this case, let's say heterosexual relationships. She meets a man who was born with the moon in Pisces. I really love this example in Aries. You meet an Aries woman, sun is in Aries, and the man was born with the moon in Aries, then that's a role reversal, because cosmically speaking, that is her masculine principle, the location of the sun, and that's his feminine principle, the location of the moon. So it's going to bring forth an instant attraction without a shadow of a doubt. However, it's her masculine, especially being an Aries, she can be very ambitious and motivated and on the move and on the go. Now, it's your feminine as a man, it's your feminine nurturing component where you're really supposed to nurture that and support that. I call it this way. She's an entrepreneur and she's a grinder. She's at the convention, Bonner Brothers' biggest convention every year, and she's selling merch. You know what you're doing? You're saying, hey, how you doing today? You find everything all right? You taking the credit card transactions and you putting that product in the bag because your girl is the motherfucking superstar. And y'all a team, but don't get it twisted. She's, y'all just a team, but the roles are a little bit reversed. Now, let me tell you something about a negative role reversal in this science. Okay. A negative role reversal could be the woman is an Aries, but his moon, let's just say, is in Cancer. Now, Aries to Cancer is a square. That's a problem. The energies don't vibe. Okay. Got something in common, but they don't vibe. Okay. So now, what you have to understand, ladies and gentlemen, you are a light being. And the last I checked, light usually operates within two poles on a battery known as positive and negative. Okay. So what negative energy has magnetism. That's what you got to understand. Because you can be in a relationship where y'all shit and compatibility in astro is horribly off, but that negative connection, the binding force, is a square like Cancer, to Aries. I tell you a famous square that just don't never rock. I never seen it work. Pisces and Gemini. It never works. And I mess with them and I'll be like, yo, you know why? Because Pisces got a fish going this way and that way. And Gemini is two people. Together, it's 4 efforts in the relationship. It's 4 of y'all. It ain't gonna work. Pisces and Gemini by far is the most difficult relationship to make work. By far. I've seen this over and over again. Not saying it's impossible, but I'm telling you it's difficult. Okay. So now on a negative role reversal, it's his feminine that's supposed to be supportive, that's interacting with her masculine. So you think he gonna support you? No, because his masculine gender feels like he's supposed to lead. Okay, he feel like he's supposed to lead, and it's why you always working. You need to sit down. You're acting like a man, right? It start to belittle you. You would start to feel like you taking care of him. It's the classic in Black culture. She go to work, baby mom go to work, make the money. That nigga smoke weed and play the video game with his homies and try to do a little bit of hustling. That's what really happened in the hood a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? I know, right? So now that negative connection creates an issue because it's a role reversal. Okay, so I just wanted to paint a picture of what that can look like for you because that's what happens. Okay, from the cosmic to the physical manifestation of what takes place. Okay, now some people are just not going to go, meaning back to the relationship, and there's going to have to be a goddamn split. It's just it just happens, right? It actually say it happens half of the time, right? It's going to be a split. The Quran is good for saying some shit like this. Oh, y'all the people of God, but Allah has placed a veil over their eyes so they can't see, and have placed a veil over their hearts and over their ears so they can't hear. And we guide who we want to guide, nigga. That's what the Quran be on. I be like, why would you do that? Like, stop. Like, did you just sit up here and say, as God, you purposely make people have a veil over their eyes and over their ears, and yet I'm the messenger giving the message, and they're going to rebuke me and not follow the path? Why would you do that if you have the capacity to take away the veils? Why? Because the secret is you must wrestle God. Jacob gets a promotion called a name change when he wrestles God face to face. I wrestled this guy, this angel, who, by the way, was creeping in the dark, and he wrestling with Jacob. Jacob won't let him go. So he popped Jacob, and the sun was about to come up. And dude, like, man, let me go now. I gotta go, Jacob. You tripping? I gotta get out of here. The sun about to come up. Pop Jacob. You know what? I'm gonna name you Israel. And Jacob said, I'm gonna name this place Peniel. Peni means face. El means God. For I have come face to face with God. And I always found that shit deep. Because I'm like, yo, first of all, God is a hitman because he creeping in the dark, and when the sun come up, he want to hurry up and break out. And Jacob was like, you know, I'm wrestling with this thing face to face. But when you wrestle with the divinity within you, you start to ascend, get a name change, right? So I was like, oh, that's pretty dope what they was getting at, right? So some of us, unfortunately, have veils over us. And then some of us who don't, but it goes through the experience, it is all in preparation to get you to go forward to your higher evolution. Now you can fight this shit and resist it, because I'm gonna tell you something. Not only is death a possibility, which nothing really is darker than that. The frustrations that you can carry, because you got to remember how the mind works here. This person has a negative charge in your mind that has electrical currents, and this person is a memory. And every time you think about this person, I guarantee you there is a certain group of brain cells that communicate to each other. When you think about money, the brain cells over here think about go off. But when you think about your spouse, the brain cells over here go off. Well, that shit is alive inside of you. Now, the electrical current loves to bounce between, it only can bounce between positive and negative polarity, which will later manifest itself out through behavioral traits that we call good and bad. Okay? Okay? Now, if you have a negative connotation towards this person, although you love them, but in your mind's eye, you know it's negative, you are sending an electrical current, not just through your brain, but out into the goddamn field. The real cell phone, cellular phone, is your cellular energy. Science has already proven that we emit energy fields. Heart Math Institute has already showed you that even the heart emits an energy field that's separate from the aura. Okay? Now these thoughts, because you're the same people you speaking into existence, thinking into existence. Well, shit. You think that the field don't hear those thoughts? See, that's the same, like, you think God don't know, nigga, that as soon as you pull up out the church, you ain't like the blunt up, nigga? Like, stop it. Smoke the damn blunt while you pulling up then. Like, just stop playing with it. Like, oh God, oh yeah. I ain't see you roll, I ain't see you put the bump down. Man, stop. God damn it, stop. Be you. Be you. So where I was going is you have to be careful, because if you don't consciously make the choice, you don't want your unconscious. It ain't even unconscious. It's unconscious because you don't know what's about to happen, but it's your suppressed consciousness. It ain't subconscious, because subconscious is like you don't know the operation that's automatically taking place. I guess it could be. And it's really not, and I'm just gonna call it this, the suppressed consciousness, because you're very aware that this in your head, mother effer, gets on your nerve. You're very aware of that. We're aware of that. Okay? But we keep on trying to push that beast back into the dungeon. Right? Keep on fighting with this dragon within. Right? So now, I'm gonna tell you what happens. You know what happens? Now, your partner, your spouse, is up under a negative transit, the planets in the sky, in reference to where the planets were when they were born. Now they're at a time where accidents and things of that nature is increased. And you have a negative thought, or maybe a response, because as they're under the influence, they want to fight with you and some things, and you kick back and they feeling it because they under the influence. So now they charged up, as we say. That's dangerous. Because if you don't make the choice, then your suppressed consciousness will make the choice and say, well, I thought you wanted to go. So we put them in a little accident. So because you kept broadcasting this signal that you want to go. So now they in a situation where we're trying to get you to go. Listen, man, I know from case studies I know from my own body, right? Like, I know a sister who had sexual dissonance. Her and her dude weren't getting along, but they still was having sex. And then she developed ovarian cysts. And then the moment that she got out that situation, the issue's gone. This stuff is real. Like these thoughts, I keep giving y'all example of my dad, man. Like these thoughts will lodge themselves somewhere in your, not just in your brain, because you got to remember the brain, all thoughts produce chemical reactions. Say it with me. All thoughts produce chemical reactions. One more time. All thoughts produce chemical reactions. Your thoughts in your mind, in your brain, will trigger the hypothalamus, who is the master chemical maker in the brain. That guy, who in returns gives this information, these chemicals, to the pituitary gland. And the pituitary gland is like the bartender. His job is to issue it out through the bloodstream in the body. So now your whole being is receiving this. And this is why you feel sick. You don't feel too good now. You feel the way you feel. So now the body will say, well, shit, I don't like this right here. And this is affecting me. I keep telling you, the body loves you so much, it'll start to create what's called receptor sites, daughter cells, to say, okay, these special group of cells, daughter cells, remember, the majority of the work is done with the woman. These daughter cells come in and say, I am here to eat the stress juice. So now, when the stress juice come, they gobble it up. Ooh, yeah, that was good. Bring me some more. Ooh, yeah, they feasting. But then the opposite happens when you don't have arguments and fights. You know what happened? And this is the study. If you've been in a continuous rhythm where you can see ebb and flow, and then you see like, oh, we good. And then all of a sudden the shit just changed. It just changed. You know what's really changing? The internal cells that want the drama is starving. What do you mean? We just had a good time. Oh, we had another good time. You trying to kill me? I need my stress juice. They're yelling up at the brain. What are you doing having a good time? Laughing and shit. What? I need this nigga to piss on the toilet so I can go ham. That's what it needs. So then when you piss on the toilet seat and don't wipe it off, ooh, you in trouble now. You're in trouble, right? And now those daughter cells communicate back up to the brain. The brain will recognize the event that says, oh yeah, you on that bullshit again. And now I can come back and I can curse your ass out because I really need to release these chemicals back down to my goddamn little demons that's inside of me. Do you know, ladies and gentlemen, and my favorite verse out of this whole thing, I'm going to go to a section here. In section 2, there are 3 groups of people in the world, and I am very baffled by the 3rd group of people. I mean, the shit, if I sit here and really allow my feelings to get into it, I will start to shed tears. Because, man, the state of the psyche is so, I don't even know if I have a word for it, gullible, fragile, oftentimes appears to be stupid and unaware. Surah 2, 2nd chapter of the Holy Quran, right? It says, let me see if I can find it. There are 3 types of people in the world. You got the believers, they believe. You got the disbelievers who flat out says, listen, They say whether you warn them or not warn them, they cannot believe. God seals their mind, their hearing, their eyes are veiled. They have incurred a severe retribution. They just gonna flat out tell you, I don't believe. Here's the group of people that baffles me. They're known as the hypocrites. Then there are those who say, we believe in God in the last day, while they're not believers. In trying to deceive God and those who believe, they only deceive themselves without perceiving. Wait a minute. What do you mean you can deceive yourself without perceiving? You can deceive yourself without even knowing that shit, right? In their minds, there is a disease. Consequently, God augments their disease. Again, Allah, why you be doing that shit? That ain't cool, man. All right. They have incurred a painful retribution for lying. Please know when I say Allah, I'm not solely talking about an external force of consciousness. See, the truth of the matter of why it's sealed is because you have to have the balls and the heart enough to wrestle back so you can come face to face with God and have the realization that it is you and not external. Okay, so let's be clear about that. All right. In their minds, there is a disease. Consequently, God augments their disease. They have incurred a painful retribution for their lying. When they are told, do not commit evil, they say, but we are righteous. But in fact, they are the evildoers, but they do not perceive. When they are told, believe like the people who believe, they say, shall we believe like the fools who believe? In fact, they are the fools, but they do not know. These people really think they believe, but they don't know that they are disbelievers. Man, that's some deep stuff, man. That's deep. That's some deep shit. So now, what does that do for the one? Hold on, let me see some because I got some quotes. Ooh, that's some heat. That's some heat. In the Quran, I don't know what chapter, but it says, in the creation of the heavens and the earth and the alteration of night and day, there are signs for those who possess intelligence. Wow. There are signs for those who possess intelligence. They're telling you. There's another scripture in here. It's actually in the 55th surah of Al-Rahman, right? That says, hold on, let me pull it up here. He constructed the sky and established the law. You shall not transgress the law. What do you mean you constructed the sky and established the law? So then what is the law based upon? If we just go in chronological order here, is the law based upon the sky that you constructed? And then you told us not to transgress the law. But if the law is the sky, please tell me, how can I transgress the sky? That's when it goes back to understanding how the external cycle is a mirror of our own internal psychological processes. Okay. All right. Now, I guess the moral of my story is we got to have this conversation on what can be done. Like what really needs to be done. Because you know what I feel like with this group of people here that's here. I was talking to my people. Hold on, man. Hold on. We are the misfits. We are the bastards. We don't have a place of our own. When I say misfits, when you're dealing with consciousness, law of attraction, astrology, quantum, Neville Goddard, when you start really getting into that zone of it's here, and it's no longer about government conspiracies, that shit, you don't even see. Once you really understand the core of what me and Minister Jew is saying, there's absolutely no way possible that you can authentically believe in Illuminati, government conspiracies, and we don't say they don't work, but you can't even put attention and dialogue to it because you know that your consciousness and observation is so real, because when you think about shit, your vision board come true, that even if it is true on that side of the ledger, your mere observation of it will create another reality for it to come forward. So you can't even put your eyes on it. There's no way possible. There's no way possible. See, the spirit said it earlier. It came through. Dude said, and listen, I'm talking information. Ain't got nothing to do with the person. I'm talking information. Dude said, oh, you look like Phil Valentine. I said, you a motherfucking lie. But I know what that's saying. So I'll be clear. You can't listen to Phil Valentine and Bobby Hemmett. You can't listen to Phil Valentine and the priesthood at the same goddamn time. I'm just going to say it. You cannot. You cannot. They are not the same, and it's not even a goddamn perfect mix. It is not. It's not. I'm just going to call it for what it is. It's not. Okay? Until, like I heard Dr. Phil say before, the question is, when you're talking all that government shit, the question is, what we gonna do about it? Ooh. See, what happens is, I know he's aware that the people in the audience has not yet got to that level. So therefore, that conversation ain't being had. That kind of conversation and demonstration comes over here in this jurisdiction that says, oh, we'll show you what to do about it, because we have done just that. Okay? So you cannot, and this is what I mean by this, you cannot lend ear and eye to certain conversations, because you know, if you truly knew that you are the God, it's no way in hell that you're giving your power to somebody else that's doing something to you. It can't work that way. It just can't. Okay? Now, excuse me. So, this work that has to be done, because we the outcast, right? Meaning you got a certain amount of information that I just named earlier. You don't have a place. I've labored. I've put in work, man. How long the Love Fund been going on? Since January 2012. This January coming up in 2 months, she about to be what? 9 years old? She's about to be 9 years old. What are you talking about, a Toel Love Fund? Man, we just simply said, yo, let's just put money together. And those of us who put money together, we had just shared the money, you know, amongst each other every month. This ain't no susu. I don't do that. I don't knock it. I know people who won. I know people probably in the chat that got their ass handed to them and ain't make a dime. I ain't talking about that. I ain't rock with that. That's not my thing. It's just not me. Okay? I'm talking about something basic. Right? Labored for just 9 years on that. On that. I may have some people in the chat that's rolling with me on some real estate. Ask them, did they get paid? Where's the story that, hey man, I sent Noble and Pooh and Minister Juice money, man, and them cats ain't getting my product? Where? Ran off with my money. I got spouses. I got people that's in, and they spouses, mainly the husbands, is looking like, yeah, man, what happened with that money? And I said, I don't take that personal. You should ask what happened with the money, right? I had something that took 2 years to develop. You know what I'm saying? I got a year behind schedule. You know what I mean? It was going to be about a year, and then got a year behind schedule. But no, I'm going to show up. I'm going to let you know. I'm going to be transparent through the whole thing and show you. Right? Right? That's laboring. So women, ladies, I'm like, listen, man, it's a secret, but it really ain't a goddamn secret. You just gotta know, right? It's some of y'all, man, that I love on a whole nother level. On a whole nother level. I just do. And you love me on a whole nother level, right? It's a known fact between us. We know what it is, right? Let's just cut the bullshit, okay? Now, I'm like, because I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm just keep it a buck with you, right? I told you there was a period of my own development. I'm just gonna tell you the truth. There's a period of my own development where I felt like my relationship, my marriage wasn't right, wasn't on the same path. I jumped the fence and I went and I had sex with whoever. Me and her on the same page. Little, what I consider to be a little hottie. Then I have some women who I just straight up motherfucking love. And I'm like, girl, I'll preserve you for the best part. I'll holler at you in the future if shit right. I ain't gonna even do the nigga shit. And I will be honest about the shit and flat out say, listen, can we have real talk tonight, man? See, fuck all that. I'm not about to be suppressing all this shit, man. I'm telling you, don't make me come out with some shit called Confessions of a Motherfucking Astrologer. Don't make me do the shit, okay? This should be a bestseller, all right? So, but I'm saying, listen, man, I like you a lot, respect you a lot. I'm not gonna even dirty up your white dress. White dress is a symbol of purity to me. It's a symbol. I fuck with you. I fuck with you so tough that when you fuck with these lame ass niggas, you be calling me. Right? You stranded and shit. You calling me. Right? See, I open up like I'm the captain and I'm not being derogatory. I'm telling you I come from a certain culture. You call me like I'm the Captain Save-A-Ho nigga. Right? Right? Man, this motherfucker who hit me up like you just needing it. And I'm like, I'm working because I know what they attracted to and I know what it is. And I'm gonna make sure. See, I just don't do this with women. I make sure brothers is good, right? If you look at the relationship of me and Minister Jew, y'all probably was like, what the fuck? Why is Minister Jew on Noble Ampu's Facebook? That's weird. Why don't that grown ass man get his own Facebook? These niggas gay? What's wrong with them? Right? That's just how I share. I got houses that I have 50% equity in with a partner who knew and coming up in this thing. And I see his grind and I know his girl go to work and he trying to make this shit happen and he ain't got no money that he taking home and he don't know when the deal gonna come, the next deal gonna come. We find a house. We thought we was gonna wholesale it because we 50-50 partners in wholesale, but we find out that the owner is dead. So we gonna do what's called an adverse possession on the property, which means you know somebody dead and ain't no heirs taking care of the house. I'm telling you now, you better get entry and start occupying that shit like a homeowner. Don't mean you got to live there, but you better start taking care of it. And you can go through something called adverse possession. Now, where I'm at, adverse possession takes 20 years. So 20 years, the owner can never step foot back on the property because if they do, then the clock starts all over again. But if you know that they are deceased, how would you know that they deceased? Maybe the property is abandoned. You look up the person, you search their name and find an obituary, the people's deceased. Obviously, their heirs are not coming to fix the property. So you gain entry and you start doing some things to the property. You may not even have to wait 20 years, but you damn sure better start paying those county property taxes because remember, you take care of the property like it's yours. Right? And then once you have a record, then maybe you can file for something called a quiet title, where you say, Judge, I've been taking care of this property for 5 years. Here's the information that the owner is deceased. I also hired a third-party heir locator to try to locate these people. The records came back. Here's the actual public notices that we put in the newspaper and said, attention to the heirs of Mr. XYZ, the estate of 991 ABC Street, right? You got all that. So nobody's came forward. I would like for you to, grant me the title to this, and the judge can rule in your favor and say, well, shit, you did go through the proper channels. You tried to locate people. You just didn't break in and squatted. You've been taking care of it. You got the receipts of the county taxes. Sure. Boom. Motion granted. It's yours. Right? So you can actually do that. So since we found out that this person was deceased, we're going to do an adverse possession because I can't sell it because you can't got the title to it. So I got to do an adverse possession on it. I said, little homie, this is yours. I got some, homie. You need this more. I know what it's like. You a black man and you're trying to do something right. And you got a number, meaning we've been behind the wall before. This you. I relinquished my 50%. I could have sold my 50% and said, man, I think this is worth XYZ, man. Give me 5 bands, bro, and it's all yours. I could have did that shit. For real, for real. But what I do, I relinquished that shit and gave it to him. You can have it, bro. Facts. Facts. So what I'm saying is, I give, man. And that's the whole purpose. And I'm not trying to put me on the pedestal, but I'm gonna get back to the point. And the point is, ladies, y'all be fucking some suckers. Like, where's the fruit of the labor? Sorry for my language, but where's the fruit of the labor at? Fuck all that on the surface. What's that shit? But yeah, hold on, I'm gonna show you this shit. On the surface, they can recite. If you're in the nation, if you're in the gods on earth, they can recite the 120. They can recite this shit and they so uniform and square. But yet, what have you produced, man? You feeding people? You give to the poor? You give the obligatory charity? Are you even on mind science where you can literally show how your thoughts are affecting reality? I ain't even telling you to manifest shit. I'm saying, do you even know and have proof that you yourself have thought about some shit and it actually manifested from the thought alone? Because when you come quoting from this one here, you're supposed to be God. You're supposed to be, right? Listen, man. Majority of these dudes don't share. That's the purpose of me sharing the sharing part. Who they share with? Who? What they sharing? They sharing a spot on their roommate and somebody else's crib because they ain't got their shit together. And I'm not knocking that. Oh, yes, I am. I'm knocking that face. Get your shit together. Am I perfect? Fuck no. Like I get my shit together? Hell yeah. I got a lot of shit I got to get together. My fucking burden is so big. Wait till the motherfucking shit hit. You're going to be like, God damn, that nigga was up under all that motherfucking pressure. And this nigga was still giving this shit to us. And he was up under all that kind of motherfucking pressure. Wait till I motherfucking show you that shit. Wait. And I'm telling you what, after that shit, ho. I'm telling you now, y'all gonna see Jesus in the Mahdi. I'm prepping you. You're going to see Jesus in the Mahdi. And I'm gonna let that remain a mystery in your head. Okay? Ladies, tighten your shit up. Stop playing. And I'm not getting religious tonight. I like coming from certain books because it gives context to certain things. And the certain things, man, that this one here, this Quran be talking about is, hey, man, and the Bible too. Because in the Bible, especially in that story with Judah, hey, bro, man, you are actually supposed to put some systems in place to take care of her and her kids if she already have them. Right? You're supposed to have something going for yourself. But y'all get all motherfucking souped up on some shit. I'm not to get you. I done got a few of you. So I know how to get you, but I never get you with ill intention. Because to this day, anybody I rock with can pick up the line and call me and we good. We ain't never had no motherfucking beef. You ain't my motherfucking girl like that for me to have motherfucking drama with you. You understand what I'm saying? So, and I'm not even supposed to have that with my girl in a sense, right? And so all that crystals and meditate together, all that shit's, that's cute. You're supposed to. You got to get there. But I'm telling you, Who's willing to? I got, man, facts, man. Facts. I got some relationships, never physically seen. We've been building off and on, but consistently. But since, like when I say off and on, it ain't no off because we off. It's just, we always been busy in our own worlds, right? 10 years. Solid. 10, a dime piece, doing work. Because I even said, hey, I preserve the best part later. On the record, I preserve the best part. I won't even come into your circumference if I can't build what I haven't even yet built what I want to build. So I'm not going to even come because you're one of those that I want to put you there. See, this is what I'm saying, ladies. Is a guy going to come and say, hey, what's your idea of legacy? What's your idea of marriage? What's your idea of what's your concept of even money? Do you want to be rich or do you even want to be a millionaire? May not be your thing, right? Whatever it is, just to understand this. What's the end game for you, as far as your vision, house? Like, what is it? What's your legacy? Because we got to see if that should even align. Then say if that align. For one, niggas probably ain't even asking you that, and you ain't even asking them that yourself, right? But it really should be. It really should be. And shout out to Candace Owens, who's trailing today. She's tired of men wearing dresses. So will the real manly man step up? Now, I'm not saying I'm a manly man in other, in my right regard, but I'm very sensitive too. I can admit that shit, right? But I'm manly in the sense of, man, I don't rely on nobody to feed me. I'm so smart enough to be able to, to do the entrepreneur thing. Like, I don't go clock in, right? Over a decade. I don't do that, right? I don't do it. You know what that's like? That pressure? I mean, if you don't create, nigga, you don't eat. Imagine doing that, right? But it can get done by some of us. So it should actually, a manly man should be asking you about the future, especially if y'all got kids, because it's about them, right? Should be asking you about the future. He ain't asking you about the future. Why you fucking? Because that's when you're gonna get in trouble, when the oxytocin comes, right? I know one of the most beautiful souls I've ever met. Swear to God. If I call you a square, I'm really calling you cute. You're so precious. You're so cute. Like, wow. Why you don't have the experience of the gunshots, the robbery, niggas putting dope in your house. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got the experience of a nigga passing the blunt, shut up, bitch. Like, you don't have some traumatic hood shit. Like, if you black from the hood, but you swear and you can like you only been with like 2 guys in your whole life. Like, god damn, like what? It's amazing. Like, so I that's that white dress I talk about. That's purity. But this shit is so delicate at this point. You have thorough, great people. And yeah, we can have our own individual karma, and that's cool. But I know people, who on there, just had some fucked up experiences only on a second experience sexually, have a fucked up experience with somebody. That's fucked up. But yet, the person in this case, let's say a male, is supposed to be a representative of knowledge and wisdom. It's certain people that you get to a point in your own evolution. I'm telling you, you're talking to a nigga that man. I'm telling you, can we have real talk? You talking to a nigga that used to have a perm and finger waves in his hair like he was Drew Down from Oakland, running the streets of Ohio, managing strip clubs. Then took the game east and went to Philly and started managing strip clubs. See, most niggas, I'm really talking to y'all ladies, because I'm going to tell you, most niggas are customers of the stripper. Me? No. I'm going to get a piece of the action. So I'm sorry if I'm about to say this, but if you want the pussy, nigga, pay me. Because you're going to pay me. And I ain't talking like a pimp because a nigga too soft for that shit. Bitch, give me my money. I had to beat a pimp up before. Beat a pimp's ass from Brooklyn. Nigga, don't you ever feed my bitch. Nigga, you got me fucked up. What do you mean? I go get the food for the girls. What are you talking about? Right? So most niggas' mindset is just too small in a sense. They're coming for the punani. I know how to angle it something else. I'm gonna listen, man. I'll get the money from the door. They gonna come and tip you, and the bar gonna get money because people drinking. It's a three-way relationship. It's easy. The math ain't hard to do, right? It ain't hard. But I'm saying that to say, again, what is the future? Because if the future really is on a woman, and you're telling me you birthed a nation, and everything comes through the womb, and I'm in agreement with that. Everything comes through the womb, but I'm also in agreement that nigga, his thoughts have to be in alignment with his light. What they call it in the Hindi, his lingam, the wand of light, which sperm, which is nothing more than electricity and water. That's a jellyfish, or I'm sorry, that's a eel. That's a moray eel. It's sperm. Okay. So when sperm come out, his light has to be charged. His light got to be right. Nigga ain't got no light. Fuck what nigga talk about. You ain't got no light. I didn't. Let's F the motherfucking Annie. Shit. We supposed to be in the age of Aquarius, the age of what? Enlightenment. Okay, cool. I can go pull out pictures with purple beams bouncing off me. I can go to other spots and you will see, goddamn, it's an orb around his hair. One time I had on the Masonic hat and the green light formed a square over my hat. I can show you the actual proof of what divinity is supposed to look like in this day and time from the goddamn hood. I can show you the shit and what it's supposed to be. But if you are the birth of the nation, or the mother of the nation, and the birth of the nation comes through you, and again comes through both of you, then you really got to start thinking about what's up there. And if he ain't trying to secure you up there through conversation and nurturing you mentally, then what are you doing it for? Shame on you. You got to get spanked for that. Okay? Shame on you. But don't do it because you don't have to do it. Solution, and we go to the Q&A. What I say? I'm buying Minister Jew a church. I'm going to do that shit. I'm going to do that shit. Y'all seen me go by this big ass building. It was vacant. I thought maybe the people would come and be like, oh shit, you got the building. Yo, let's go. But that's still fundraising. I don't want to hit y'all pockets, and I'm not blaming the people. I got another problem. I got another solution for that. I'm selling the building. Okay? Then Minister Jew's job is, bro, on your spare time, I gotta get with you. Hey. No cards this Sunday for you with the homies. It's real estate for you, buddy. You go ride around and you go look for your church. When I say church, I'm seeing more of a storefront in my eye that, allows us to have church in a sense. I don't see a store, but it's a storefront because I really want something with an apartment on top of it. Okay. But I'm telling you what the play gonna be. We're going for a building for the minister. It's the first play. The second play, because I should have did that shit 2 years ago, back to back, when I went ahead and invested $30K here and $30K there and whatnot. Should have did it then, but it's cool. Then after that, I'm going for the Inner Peace Lighthouse and I'm putting it in the mountains. And that's when I'm coming back out of my bag. That's when we're going to get really busy right there. And I tell you, when I say legacy, for me, the stakes are high. And when I say high, I am talking about anybody who has any type of hang up, any type of obstacle, they no longer have it once they leave this location. I don't care what it is. I don't care what it is. I want to be a star in the movie. I'm paralyzed. I don't care what it is. You're not going to have that issue no more. Because see, one thing about me, I was telling my people this about me and Jew. I said, me and this dude really, like amongst ourselves, we really had these conversations and we like, We don't fuck around, yo. Like, I'm telling you, if the scripture said, hey, here's the book of Revelation, and it's gonna be two motherfuckers, or if the Hopi even has something similar, hey, it's gonna be these two brothers that symbolized by, you know, these two stars and shit. If the Nation of Islam came and said, hey, yo, it's gonna be two scientists on these corners, and then the scripture comes with Moses and Aaron, and then they come behind that with Elisha and Elijah, and then they come behind that with John and Jesus, right? It's this duality of twins, Jacob, Esau, whatever. Like, it's the duality of these two dudes that's rolling together. This is like, this shit has been, I just showed you history of spiritual systems that have these two dudes that's rolling together. And me and this cat is rolling together, showing you results in real time. Then who the hell you think we is, man? Like, I'm serious about this. So when me and him had these conversations, we be like, we the motherfucking two witnesses. God damn it, we the motherfucking two witnesses. And I mean that shit. I mean that shit. If I go outside right now and call for a goddamn earthquake, the earth a goddamn quake. And I'm just being serious about it. I'm serious about it, man. I'm not going to keep hiding this and suppressing that shit and holding it back. I've done it. But I don't do that out of ego and do it because I'm still human. And listen, I don't do it out of ego. Me and him don't do it out of ego. It'd be like, yo, let's go do this. Boom. Like, that shit ain't cool. Just to do it for that purposes. Like, we turned around and said, you know what, bro? Get people better. Get people better. And that's what we do. We get people better. So then you see what? Nothing but testimonial after testimonial after testimonial after testimonial after testimonial after testimonial. Ladies, you want a motherfucking man? Run that nigga through me and Minister Jew. And we'll do a divination and see. And be like, okay, what's up? What's happening? We'll see. Let us be the vanguard. Trust me on that shit. And I'm going to build a safe space for you where you can come. And it's going to be y'all shit. You gonna be able to come and exist because we got a major problem. And the problem is we can't have these conversations. You know, it's motherfucking people that's married, that's in some hardships, but then they done met somebody and you don't want to defile this, and rightfully so. But then you got some real life shit and some connection that's going on right here, and you alive right here, right? But you don't want to defile that, rightfully so. But what do you do? Is it even cool to even have a conversation about? Where do you even have these kind of conversations? I was getting put on game by, I've been blessed. I've been put on game by some feminine wisdom that told me that the world right now, as we see it, shuns masculinity. In the moment that you get a manly man, a macho man that's talking like this and shit, we're taught that, oh, since he may have passion and he may love other women, but he wants to be responsible, right? That he has to suppress that shit because it's not cool. Maybe the current relationship don't want it, or society at large definitely don't want it unless you in fucking Utah, and they still got to battle sometimes, right? Like, society don't want a masculine man, one that says, yo, everything else in nature. And I ain't, listen, ladies, and y'all know my science. I ain't no damn, oh, a man is a man and he's supposed to have all the women because he the superior man. I ain't on that shit. I ain't never been on that shit and never will be on that because I understand this whole thing better than most. I'm going to tell you that. I never forget, man, there is a doctor who you may know, and he said, Ampu, you are the 3 top smartest people I've ever met in my whole life, but you don't see it yet. And I said, the fuck he talking about? Me? Especially at that time, it was years ago. Me? And y'all know, if you know that voice, you know who it was, right? You are the top 3 smartest people I've ever met, but you don't see it yet. So when I really speak about certain, I tell you if it's an opinion, but certain shit is really a cosmic mandate, man. It's a mandate. See, I can prove my existence, bro. I can prove it. I can prove it. Right? You can too. So certain things is just not really a debate. It's not. It's not. All right. But back to the point of men are suppressing some shit, and then next thing you know, that testosterone can't flow. So next thing you know, I was in the mirror one time, right? And my son, that nigga, he different, and then nigga a little crazy. He different and shit. And so I was sitting there, right? And now you know how man, if you got muscles or man boobs or whatever, I was like making, I was making. You see that? I still got it a little bit, right? Little chest movement and shit. Because I used to have muscles and shit, right? And so I was doing that because we both was in the bathroom at the same time and shit. And I'm making my chest move and shit. And nigga was like, "Yeah, with your big titty meat," right? Right? And so the point is, this suppression is now, the testosterone is now producing goddamn estrogen in men. And it's easy to see men who don't get in shape, your shit start to come like titties, man. And that shit ain't cool. Fucking around, you a manly man and you got some fucking shit. If your shit triangles, nigga, you got titties. Your shit ain't supposed to be triangles. We gotta get on our shit. Our shit. And men, you have to admit it's cool if you need a spark, man. For me personally, the feminine force is a grounding force for me. I become like, and niggas know it. Like, this is why niggas go to the strip club and niggas always trying to impress women. No matter what they call them, what mindset they in. Yeah, do it for the bitches. Yeah, nigga, I'm getting top. You always trying to do something for the bitches. That's what all you do. All you do is trying to show off for the bitches, right? So, like, you ain't gonna fool me. Women are the motivating force for men. You see what I'm saying? You're the motivating force for them, straight up. You know what I mean? And don't guard yourself, man. Just guard yourself. That's all I can say. And men, you know what I'm saying? Get on your shit. Because I'm telling you, man, the place that we about to create is about to be Shambhala. Heaven on earth. Heaven on earth. You know what I'm saying? So in closing, and I'm gonna go to a Q&A. So load y'all questions up. You know what I'm saying? It's cool to have hope. It's cool to have love. At some point in time, you better have that unavoidable conversation that needs to be had, or that decision that needs to be made. Because when the light, as the Quran says, we choose who we want and we unchoose who we want. In other words, they'll tell you quickly, oh, we about to bring you back on this other side. We done with you. We finished with you. And see, that's one thing about the human consciousness where some people inside of this study don't get it twisted that since you ain't that you the God is within you, which it is, but don't get it twisted because you don't control, or here the better word is, you're not aware of the day you gonna die. You ain't aware of that shit. So when the Quran clearly says we send you into us, you ultimate return, God damn it, it just may be some us over there. For real, for real. And if you ever had an NDE, near-death experience, oh, it's some the over there, okay? It ain't about control one over the other. It's about correspondence and relationships, okay? It ain't about yang controlling yin and yin controlling yang. It's about synergy, relationships, correspondence, okay? Ain't about that. You miss the whole point if you think one's superior than the other. Spirit needs physical body to interface, and spirit will leave body. But if spirit was cool the way it was, spirit would say, fuck body, let's just stay spirit and let's just mingle and do what we want. But for some reason, it needs the short temporary experience for right now. Because, and I'll give you the key to it is this. Remember, in the nation teachings, we taught that the earth wobbles. The universe, our solar system, is not a perfect circle. It wobbles. So it's really a perfect imperfection. God is trying to figure out a way to keep the lights on. Why you got to go to sleep? Because you a dummy. You can't even function. You can't even stay on all the time. Right? So now we're in the place of duality of yin yang sleep, but you just can't be one. The two are one, but you just can't stay on. The trick is, the evolution is, we trying to find our way on where we just on. Do you really want to go to sleep? You only really want to go to sleep because you ran out of fuel and you don't have the capacity to carry on. But what if you had the capacity to always just regenerate while you up? Why you got to go to sleep to do it? You understand what I'm saying? You think the consciousness ain't trying to figure that shit out? Again, if you think that, okay, they said my man the other day in the chat, Minister Jew, the minister is crazy. That's the funniest shit. They called my man Minister Jew crazy in the chat when we did that video on Boosie. The minister is crazy. Listen, goddamn it, you got wisdom teeth. I'm them the best teachers ever. You can't use them. You get them sawed out. They connected to cranial nerve. So the intelligence of your ass is still in the process of evolution, homie. The mere fact that you can't use those teeth, you are in the process of evolution, which means you don't even have the physical capacity right now. But why is it there? Because the intelligence is trying to figure out how you can get more brain capacity, man. We forever evolving, homie. It's just what it is. All right. All right, man. So I was taught, if I've offended anyone, I apologize, because it's never my intention to offend anyone. You know what I'm saying? It's just not what it is. I ain't here for that. You know what I'm saying? Ladies, tighten up. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna build y'all a place. That's on me. That's on G. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing that. And we're gonna be good. We're gonna have us a place for sure. I for real, I got one right. I got 2 houses right now that I own that's free and clear. You know what I'm saying? They C-class meaning, you know what I'm saying? I may have a nigga down the street smoking a blunt or something. You know what I'm saying? One is 4 bedrooms. The other one is 2 bedrooms. The 2 bedroom is free and clear. You know what I'm saying? All day. You know what I'm saying? And but it's just 2 bedrooms. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, man, we doing something. We building some shit. All right. So with that said, man, any questions, man? We all at? You know what I mean? Give it to me. Yeah, man. Jew and mystic. You know what I'm saying? He's a mystic. All right. And I may do a part 2 to this, because I ain't really say what I want to damn say and shit, but it's cool. I got the main part out. You know what I mean? Age of Capricorn over Aquarius. I don't know about over. We progressing there next though. You know what I'm saying? Peace, Chadwick. What's good? You know what I'm saying? Cheyenne, no doubt you got it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Hey, Cheyenne, to tell you, Cheyenne may have caught some obstacles one time. Wanted to come on a trip. I wasn't tripping. Like, yo, girl, come through. Just get there, right? You ain't got to pay. You. I know you wanted to come, but just come on, right? we give, man. You know what I mean? We gonna do right by the people, and it's supposed to be this way. We private. We ain't public like we, out there and on lecture circuits and stuff and whatnot. Because see, at the end of the day, the rubber got to meet the road, and me and Juice say it all the time. You know what I'm saying? When you come messing with this information, you got to do something. This ain't no just, you got to go do something. We can talk about theory of astrology. I'm gonna do my next video maybe tomorrow. So subscribe, hit the notification. Ruby, my homie, she's like, all right, man, give us some prosperity, give me some success off this alignment too. So we've been reporting on the news, but I'm like, shit, for real, if you go on this channel, the pin video on the channel was Jay-Z and Beyonce. What better couple to study that deals with why they would be a billion? Their net worth would be a billion. What does that look like between two individuals? And you don't even have to be your husband and wife. You don't have to even be that dynamic. It could be you and your mama. You know what I'm saying? What does that dynamic look like? So that video is here in this pen. That's the ultimate testimony of success. However, I will find something. Give us the beneficent. There she go. Give us the beneficence. So we shall do the beneficence will be the next video to show you something and how that works. Who is that to ask me, man? Man, I only got one astrologer, man, that I like. Only one. You only need one astrology book on this shit too. Robert Hand, hands down. Planets in transit, hands down. You don't even let nobody borrow that shit. Although I let somebody borrow mine, but Robert Hand, planets in transits, hands down, can't be touched, because he always have a slightly different interpretation from me that balances me out perfectly. All right, how is Pluto current placement affecting the people in a 24-year period? Excellent question. God damn, girl, that's excellent. Pluto is in Capricorn right now. I'm sorry, yeah, in Cap. So for those in Libra, you feeling some shit because you're going through a Pluto square Pluto. So those of you from 71 to 83, you're feeling Pluto square Pluto. So now the metamorphosis is no more. This is like you about to get ready to break the fuck out. Literally, because you feel like you're dying inside. And guess what? You are. You are. So Pluto square Pluto, this is the time where, one or both have already talked about divorce, probably been to divorce counseling already. This ain't nothing new. The subject of breakup then already came up before. It's nothing new. The beautiful thing is, because Pluto represents control, there's an aspect of control that you may not want to give up. Damn, man, what would that look like to see her on the ground, happy with another nigga, living her best life? What would that look like? Damn, what the fuck? I want that to be me, rightfully so. I get it. Is it that? You know what I'm saying? We all hosted the whole bunch of stuff. I don't even want to start getting into all the different shit. To answer that question, the pressure is now on for one to take action or suffer. It's just that simple. Or suffer. You have your choice. Because the manifestation of the suffering is going to be accidents or a health problem. That's just how it happens in this reality. Accidents or a health problem or physical death. Okay? Make a choice. Choice is yours. The question is, do I love you enough to be like, man, I love you so much, man. We just gotta stop it. Because we just gotta stop it. You know what I'm saying? That's how much I love you. You know what I'm saying? It's deep, man. It's scary too. You've been in a relationship 9 years, 6 years, 3 years, 18 years, 20. Like, this shit ain't no punk. That's a hard conversation to have. One of the best advice I got about some hard shit that I heard, and this is real. Unfortunately, there's no easy way out. I wish it was. But one thing you have to know is hang in there and it gets better. But you got to go through the climax first, right? Meaning you got to go through the highest point of it. It's not going to be easy. It's just not. But if you hang in there, it gets better as time goes on. So we don't want to have the intensity of the breakup. You homewrecker, how could you do this? You know what I'm saying? all that kind of stuff. We don't. But once it's done, it's done. It's done. And actually, if you ever done it before, if you ever separated, it wasn't really all that freaking like it didn't drag like you thought it would drag. It was like when I was married, we separated. That shit was like, oh yeah, I'm out, right? And then it was 18 months had passed before I decided and said, you know what? And I was like, let me try to put my best foot forward because if I look back and grade myself, you cannot say you honestly put your best foot forward. So I think you owe at least that much to try to put your best foot forward, right? And so I decided to put my best foot forward, right? But since we're on the subject matter, I'll tell you the God's honest truth. When I split in December of 2011. It wasn't until March of 2013. So a little over a year. You can say 2 years, whatever. It ain't a full 2 years. So March of 2013 came. I met a twin flame on one of my trips. One of the most amazing human beings ever. I call it the cosmic twin flame because your suns and some of the things in your chart, mainly the personals, Mercury, Venus, Sun, they're opposite each other. And when I say opposite, I'm talking like within 2 degrees, like real tight. And if you are, for example, I'm a 27 degree Aquarius, so if I ever magnetize 27 Leo, that's potential right there. But she's 28 degrees Leo. Our father's name are the same names. I said, oh, this is interesting. Interesting. It's my motherfucking homie to this day. We can. What's up? You good? What up? You know what I'm saying? Got the funnest relationship to this day in the sense that we ever talk, in a sense, right? And do you know after we split, and maybe I ran because maybe I was afraid. Maybe I was afraid that it was going to force me into my divinity. And maybe I looked back and made an excuse and said, did you put your best foot forward in your relationship and your marriage? I honestly don't think I ran. I'm just telling you the truth. If I think I did, I'll say the shit. I don't think I did. I know I didn't put my best foot forward in the relationship. I know I was arrogant as fuck years prior to the separation, how I was communicating what I needed, felt that I needed. And I'm gonna talk about that because I'm a needy motherfucker. And you a needy motherfucker too. And god damn it, stop thinking you independent and you can't be needy. Fuck that. Can you have a baby by yourself? Then god damn it, you needy. It's okay to be needy. We're gonna talk about that shit. And so I had to make a decision. I made a decision based off what I felt was just the truth, right? And yeah, you know what I mean? It's just how that cookie crumbled. But we cool, we super good. And after that, guess what? Her very next relationship was with another goddamn Aquarius. I was like, what's the irony of that shit? This shit is beautiful. It's real beautiful. Real beautiful. I'll tell y'all something. Then we're gonna get on the needy shit, right? So on that same trip, March 2013, we went to this bookstore. We usually we do our mountain meditation shit. We go to a bookstore. So it's a sister in there. And just talking to one of the brothers knew her that was on the trip with us. And shit introduced us. We start chit-chatting and shit. So me and her became cool. She's an Aries and shit. And she definitely wouldn't mind if I said her name and shit. G twice, man. That's my motherfucker crazy ass GG. And so, it definitely was a vibe for sure, right? Aries, Aquarius, I got Venus and Aries. Everybody know I love Aries women. I love fiery women. So if you Sag, wife Sag, Leo, high school girlfriend Leo and shit, Aries, you know what I'm saying? Second baby mom Aries, like fire women is my thing. So So we was just being G super duper cool. Super duper cool. And so never explored anything, right? But the intensity was there. Swear to God. After like we knew like we wasn't, you know what I mean? Space, time, relationships, you just wasn't time in a sense. Swear to God, she ended up magnetizing someone that's married, and we got the same birthday, different fucking year. This how this shit works down here, man. So you may think that I'm the one in a sense, but I'm really just a primer. And vice versa. You may think she's the one or the twin, and they're just the primer. They're the twin showing up for the twin. And then you step out the way, and then some shit happened. But my real point to that shit is when you step out of your way and you go through, you make that hard decision, shit start to open up for you instantly. See, that's the shit. Remember, I told y'all, if you hold in the negative energy towards anybody, it could be your spouse, it could be your parent, whatever the case may be. For example, in your birth chart, go look at what rules your money. How do you determine that? You want to look at the second house in the zodiac sign that's on the second house, because the second house represents your money. So if the second house is Cancer, then the moon rules your money. But the moon is a feminine force. Okay. So you may get emotional about your money, but something about the female energy and your finances that you better be motherfucking in tune with. I'm telling you right now, if you got Cancer on the second house, well, that's me. Okay. What a coincidence. I got the moon in the 8th house, though. That's the house of joint finances. So for me, if I can't get money with you, I can't fuck you. I like it has to be that kind of chemistry. The dick ain't free, man. You know what I'm saying? I used to be in the strip clubs. I'm telling you, I don't give away free dick. It gotta be something, right? So I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just telling the truth, right? But anyway, if I have a mental hang up, let's say because the moon represents mommy, if I got a mental hang up and a blockage about my mom, the moon also rules my money. Since all my attention may be on mom, or even though I'm trying to have attention on money, I got some storage space in my brain, i.e., the hippocampus. This is why Minister Jew is always on that goddamn hippo. I got negative storage about my mom here, and I don't even have the capacity for memorization of a new pattern of money, the same principle in this case that the moon's connected to even come into my life. So you can absolutely have, I call it the hip bone connected to your thigh bone, the domino effect. You don't know that you can't get to these other blessings because you got a mental hang up about this particular issue. But the moment that you free, you can let the energy flow freely, then the abundance and shit can start to flow. And they start to show, everything starts to align like clockwork. Oprah Winfrey always says it when she's talking about success. Who did you have to leave behind? That's some deep shit. Who did you have to leave behind? Somebody had to go. Which they was priming you in the Bible about sacrifices. And I ain't talking about, hey, they really, Kanye West killed his mom so he can become a billionaire. Man, that ain't what's going on. Jay-Z nephew died on a highway crash before as he was blowing up. That's not what's happening. There's a crazy law of entanglement, though, that when you get the baby, the day he found out he went number one is the same day they was calling him and said, bro, your daddy just died. The same freaking day. Go look into it. So that whole Kanye West, the Jay-Z, Jennifer Hudson before she blow, they kicking the door in Chicago, murdered damn near the whole family before she blow. Man, it's deep. It's deep. It's deep. It's so deep that it may not even be related to this, some shit that you did in this particular incarnation. I know that may be tough for some motherfuckers to handle that shit, but goddamn it, I got case studies to show you whole testimonials. And I even learned the technique and done it of people like, yo, they got ailments and disease and issues that stem from another lifetime that's lodged in your memory, in your collective unconscious. Your real Akashic records ain't out there in ether. It is, but it's also here. But what's out there, the immediate space in front of your face is space. You're in space. So if you think the shit is in space, you're right, because you in space, but it ain't really far space. It's right here. You know what I'm saying? It's you. You the center of the circle, man. All right. I'm gonna talk about that too. I'm gonna do a whole nother series on that pretty soon, the center of the circles, and talking about why Stonehenge, the circle at Bonn, Germany, the circle in Newark, Ohio, and then the octagon with a circle in Newark, Ohio, and the circle in Juliaco, which is a pyramid in South America, tell you what the science of the circle is, and who got the key to the circle, to show you how we create this goddamn circle. All right, I'm gonna show you this shit that's coming. That's gonna be coming soon too, and whatnot. So being stingy, y'all with me? Y'all all right? Y'all been kind of quiet, man. What happened? Let me see. Let me see. Y'all good? Y'all good? All right, hold on, man. Let the old man go use the potty real fast. Y'all straight? Y'all all right? Y'all good? Let me know you good. Thumbs up in the chat, and I'll be right back. All right. Y'all good? All right, man. All right. Y'all good? All right. That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. All right. Robert, man, what up? Hey, Robert got some money. Robert, did you get? Hey, Rob, are we not silent partners on some real estate? Did you get your money, man? Did you get your money? Let them know, Robert. Let me see. So I keep my real estate and my astro people. So only certain people know I do both. But Robert in there. Scientific Misty, where we at? Not convinced that's real brick yet. Cheers. Nah, hell no, that ain't no real brick, nigga. I'm in a man cave, you know. What you talking about, man? Hell no, that ain't real brick. You know what I'm saying? That's wallpaper shit right there, bro. You know what I'm saying? This used to actually be a cellar. And then I was like, you know, man, I can actually make this particular part when I'm over at this, when I'm at this particular house, then I can make this a little man cave and shit. You know what I'm saying? Every man has to have a man cave. You ain't got one, you're not a man. All right. All right. Yeah. So Robert showed y'all in the chat, man. Like this is what I'm talking about, though, right? We got private ventures over at the Prosperity Investment Group, the Family Wealth Club. We do things privately, mainly real estate. And we may put some money together and we do some things, and you know, I handle shit, and Robert's a partner in it, and Rob got his money. He just told you in the chat he got his money. Okay, this is real shit. All right, but you got to be in it, man. That's the big thing for me. The big thing for me, man, is can we get to a point where, like, to really make this thing, if it's about nation building or family building, it's going to take it's going to take some finances to do it. You know what I'm saying? So what can we create together that could be of benefit that move us forward? And that's what my passion is right there. Like, that's my shit right there. Like, I get excited with deal flow opportunity because I know we moving forward. And I really love the fact that I love all the testimonials, but knowing that this is just the most physical to me, right? You could be like, oh, somebody did a meditation and they got that, and that's weird, but it's cool, but it's weird, right? But the responsibility, the responsible part of doing something basic and trustworthy, because it shows a lot of trust, right? It's like, okay, let's put our money up and let's go in real estate. Okay. Here, bro, here go your check. You good? We good. All right, let's keep on going. You see what I'm saying? That's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about. All right. All right. So, was I going to get on that whole it's okay to be it's okay to be dependent. In math, you do have something called dependent and independent variables. The human being, man, you know, it's okay to be dependent. I don't even believe in such thing as independence, because your independence is you still got a customer if you're independent. You everything that you have, even the raw materials, when you craft something that you make, you had to order the raw materials from somebody. So everything is dependent. But I get it. Independent is you maybe not taking orders from nobody else, and the how you survive is not dependent upon an immediate partner in a household per se, right? But there's always a level of dependency. But you say I got some grape juice. But you know, listen, man, that Welch's sparkling cider, like I get it for my children. Now, alcoholic, of course, is really good. I drink that sometime when I don't feel like drinking. But this right here is gone now. This was actually blueberry wine by Barefoot. All right. So I had to share it with one of my favorite people on the earth. And I was like, girl, I'm popping this wine. So just in case you think a nigga bullshit, let me make sure I ain't exposing no phone numbers and shit. It's this right here, man. All right. So that's we went to the store today and got 4 bottles. Because we literally damn near drink a bottle a day and whatnot. So this is Barefoot. I'm shouting y'all out. This is Barefoot blueberry wine. But I will drink grape juice, nigga. I'm gonna tell you. You know what I'm saying? All right. Man, I got it from the grocery store. So my part of the world is Kroger's. So I just got it at a regular grocery store. They had it. You know what I'm saying? That Barefoot blueberry for me, I really, 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 really like it. All right. It's sweet, but it ain't super sweet. Like the Dublin wines are real sweet, but it's to me it's just right. It's cool. It's not bitter, but you know, I can taste the blueberry. Sometimes when you get watermelon, I don't like that watermelon. It don't really taste like watermelon. Ciroc got the best watermelon, but you know that's hard, of course. But wine wise, this is dope. It's absolutely my favorite wine. Where I'm at, you know what I mean. So we dependent, man. You know what I'm saying? And I had to come to the grips and realization of that too. Like I'm a needy ass nigga. I'm needy. I want a motherfucking hug. I want to cuddle. You know what I'm saying? A little while ago, you know, nigga had high blood pressure and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, whatever. Could be overweight, got a lot of shit on my mind, whatever. And shit. And you know, there's things you can do, change your diet. You can drink apple cider vinegar and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's cool. But studies show, right? But studies show that hugging and cuddling reduces high blood pressure. Now, see, I'm cancer rising. I told you I'm sensitive. So, goddamn it, I'm like Kevin Hart. I remember one time Nico said that if Kevin Hart don't get a hug, like this, like if she don't cuddle with him, this nigga be in his feelings. And he admitted to shit like, oh yeah, it's a cancer thing, right? Jew's daughter, yeah. I sometimes just want to show you the real quantum dynamic of this shit. This little girl is just so amazing. But I don't care what you tell me. We know the truth. Jew's daughter is actually my daughter from another lifetime and shit, right? But anyway, she's cancer rising. him and his wife ain't got cancer shit in their chart, right? Like that. So anyway, Cancer rising. And she always wants to hug him. And this dude is like super Sagittarius, right? You know, his chart Sag and Gemini stuff. And so it's the furthest thing from him. He'll tell you in the rap, I got a Capricorn moon, give a fuck how you feel, right? So like when it comes to feelings and hugging and emotion, Minister Juice Cerebral, this is the verbal mental guy, right? So he's not there in that realm of feelings and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I am. That's my thing. You know what I'm saying? So the hugging actually reduced my goddamn blood pressure, man. And it's because love is the answer. And what we mean by that is bonding creates oxytocin. And if you can get the brain to release oxytocin, then you just in a whole nother zone. You know what I'm saying? A zone of love. And that's what, you know, I know for sure. I got love energy around me, man. Seriously. Like I got love energy around me. I only go warrior when I feel like, if we're told that there is some form of a boogeyman that's about to endanger our survival, then I go warrior mode. Like, meet me on the mountain, let's go, right? But when everything's cool, and I'm telling y'all, everything is cool. Like everything, this is the best time you can ever be in, regardless of Corona, regardless of Trump, regardless of that. This is the most expansive time in all the annals of history. Everything is cool. This is the time that we're really supposed to achieve our greatness right here. We got to seize this moment. We got to seize this window right here. All right. Because again, I'm going to tell you, you die, your ass come back, you may not have a working memory of it. And then you got to go through abuse and things of that nature to challenge yourself to wake up again, to try to get the fragments. And then you go back through these horrible relationships to get you to metamorphosize all over again. It's not worth it. Let's make the decision today. So it's all about the love energy. We do it out of love. Hence, we got the love fund that's been running. I'll say it again, come January, 9 years straight. We've been in the love fund. Some people here have been in the love fund. Some people have exited the love fund for various reasons and whatnot, and they have come back into the love fund to give again. And they may go through some turmoil or whatever in their life, but they know we're always right here. 9 years straight. That deserves a round of applause, right? So what they say, Nori, on Drink Tramp, make some noise for the goddamn 12 Love Fund. All right. So, all right, man, what y'all got, man? So we can get on up out of here. All right. Boy, I'm gonna have a bomb ass spot. Circle with love. I'm gonna be on my print shit in a minute. Nothing but beautiful women allowed. God damn it. I got an idea. The messenger said that 75% of the work is done with the woman. That's why when I go on these trips, there's only certain brothers with me anyway. And we always outflanked by women. Always outflanked by women. Let's see, I got brothers that have been rolling with me for years, man. So what Drake say? No new friends, no new friends, no. All right. And you wait. All right, so what y'all got, man? Appreciate you too, man. Serious victory. What's happening? Miss Gemini. Twin flames, man. Cosmic twin flame. See if you can meet a person whose birthday, their sun, is opposite your sun. So if you're born on 531, let's just say you are 8-9 degrees Gemini. See if you can meet somebody who is an 8-9 degree Sagittarius. And then see what y'all vibe be like. All right. All right. All right. I asked about the age and astrology. I don't know if you can go back and read it. Oh, go ahead, Angela. I'm sorry. Um. Uh. What's up, Nikki? What's good? Um. You asked about the age of astrology. Who said that? Angela Austin. Where is Angela Austin's age of astrology? I don't see it, Angela. Say it again. I'm looking for it though. We're in the age of Aquarius. Angela, I don't see it. How does a person's age play into astrology? And does it even play into it? I'm 29. I'll be 30 in March. In the past few months, I feel like I have no tolerance for excuses of bad behavior. Now, y'all heard that. Very good question. Age plays a role because everything is moving together. You're at a time in your life that is known as the Saturn return. Google it. This happens on average from 28 to 30 years. Simply means if you were born with Saturn in Capricorn, 28 to 30 years is going to come back in Capricorn. This is known as the Saturn return. You can Google this. And what it means is you should not have any tolerance because, Angela, to be honest with you, you're about to be 30 and you're a grown ass woman. And if you don't like what you have made for yourself, you have no tolerance. And if you feel like you should be further or you want to go further and you will go further, you're not going to have any tolerance. This is the time to grow up. You're no longer in your 20s anymore, darling. You're 30. You're a grown woman. That's what's really taking place within you. And so Saturn represents responsibility. It represents success. It represents dedication. And it also represents hard work. It wants to physically do some things and it don't want to meditate itself out of the situation. You must take physical responsibility for your actions and align your actions with the meditative principle of your vision. Saturn wants work. It rules the top of the chart naturally, which is known as the midhaven, which is the highest point in the sky, which represents success, career, and public fame. Saturn return means step up, pull your big girl panties up, and become the boss of your life that you're destined to be. Anybody not with that? It's the time of people get cut at this time. You don't make the team. Saturn's back. Okay. Now, if you refuse, then the negative qualities of your own psyche come out based off the choice that you made. Then it feels like it's hard. I'm back home with my mom or my dad, and we don't get along, and we don't have the best of relationships, and I just feel like everything I'm doing is blocking me. Yeah, because you won't boss up. That's what 2930 is all about. Okay. All right. So, and I'm saying when it comes to other people's bad behavior, excuses, accountability, like when it comes to family and friends, etc. I'm not sure I'm really understanding it. But you know, at some point, some people think it's gonna be a reflection. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be like a reflection of you, like, you gotta boss up, and you gotta woman up too. You know what I'm saying? But you say, Miss Gemini, quit speaking my life into you say quit speaking it. Oh, stop speaking into your life, man. Now that's just the truth. That's just the truth. That's what's happening. You know, that's just a time of, and it happens, and it actually happens in 7 year intervals. To be honest with you, it's known as the 7 year itch. Is what it's known as, and so you can have every 7 years. If you Google it, it's actually on Wiki. The 7-year itch is all about these 7-year cycles. But 7 times 4, because it takes Saturn on an average 28 to 30 years to go full cycle. So then if you do 7, it's a quarter, 14 is halfway, right? And then another 14, it comes back again and whatnot. But again, that's why we said we don't live in a perfect circle. So sometimes it's 28 years, sometimes it may be 30 years. So that's a time, again, where really we get the 30-year Saturn return, we get these in 7-year increments. And it's very interesting because when you deal with bankruptcy by the government, which is ruled by Saturn, you get 7-year periods. When you deal with credit, you get these 7-year periods. And then you got to shout out Drew Ali, man, because, you know what I'm saying, he did come with something called the Circle 7. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we get insight into these things at 7-year intervals. Therefore, the whole complete cycle don't have to be devastating. Like somebody put in the chat, my Saturn return wasn't no joke. You know what I'm saying? Well, I bet you if you back up 7 years from the Saturn return, you could probably have some insight of what was going to take shape and form. Okay. So that's what that's about. All right. All right. Tamara Morris, you are a true Aquarius. Nobody ignores people. Thank you, man. Chantel, Aries woman, 36, Virgo man, 50. Any relationship, who would be submissive? That's a good one. Hold on, y'all. You need something? All right. So, you can't say based off of just the sun sign. You have to look at the overall chart of both people. Because earlier in the show, I had denoted, like, let's just say you're an Aries woman. He's a Virgo, but let's just say when he was born, the moon was in Aries, and this was the exact example I gave. Then technically, he would play more of the feminine, nurturing, supportive. I guess that would be submissive role in a sense. But we have to see the chart in totality to be able to make that decision. Now, just based off sun signs alone, which you gave, an Aries woman is pretty much dominant, fire, head first, go getter, a starter, because Aries is the starter of the zodiac. Virgo is actually a feminine sign based off of it's an earth sign. So now we're dealing with fire and earth. So we classify the elements into genders, meaning activity, what kind of activity they take place. So fire is more creative, expressive, on a go, 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 can't sit still type of thing. And earth is more take your time. Let's just take our time and one step at a time. And it's just more practical. You see what I'm saying? And so technically, if you're the woman as an Aries and he's the man as the Virgo, just by sun sign, again, we have to see the whole entire picture. The sun sign alone, you're the masculine component and he's the feminine component. But let me be clear, and I think I was. I'm not calling you a man and he a woman. What I'm clearly saying is the activity that will take place could make you active, the masculine principle that's active on the go, and then he could be the one that puts the formation to it. And see, Virgo is a great secretary. That's his energy because it pays attention to detail, it's analytical, it takes its time. Whereas fire may be too quick in details and fine print. It's just, you got ADD, it messes with you because you just got too much energy that wants to do the physical stuff. So Virgo is a great secretary in a sense, right? Great at classification, classifying things. And so then here it is, you are that entrepreneurial spirit, and then he's the one that comes and say, okay, but babe, you got to organize yourself. Here's the files. All this go right here. Don't worry, I got this part. So to answer your question, again, without seeing the whole thing, to a degree, if you want to call that submissive, then the roles would be reversed and he would be submissive. Could be. Okay. All right. All right, man. Oh, y'all loaded me up. All right. What up? Serious victory. Coach Mike, what is the difference between Placidius and a progress chart? Good question. All right. So the Placidius chart is it's pretty much the main form of tropical charts that we get right now. So if you were to go to astro.com, throw in the birthday and stuff like that, then you would have a Placidius chart. Progress chart simply means how your chart is progressing over time. So for example, the day you were born, let's say you born on the spring equinox, the first day of Aries. So that makes you a 0 degrees Aries in 2020. On your first birthday, when the sun comes back on March 21st, you turn 1 year old because the sun is right back where it was 0 degrees Aries, which is true. Your progress chart says the sun is now 1 degrees. So for every year of your life, the progress sun moves a degree. And what's happening is the heavens are starting to mirror you as you grow up. Now, the original natal chart is still active, and that's where the original memory is at, because all the space is all about memory. But the chart is alive like you alive. And every time you keep living, it just keeps ticking. It's only ticking because you're living, okay? But this is not the rule for every planet. The moon will progress 13 degrees a year. The sun will only do 1 degree a year, but the moon will move 13 degrees on average within a year, okay? And so different planets have different laws, and some you will still be in the same sign. But in essence, the progress chart is a mirror of your grown, mature self and who you are right now. And one is not more relative than the other because it's just wheels inside of wheels, and they're both super relative. Okay. Good question. LS Cherry, you once said Mars in Aquarius would mean a fallout within certain friends. How does that work? All right. So Aquarius is a sign of friends. Mars is there. Mars is the sign of anger, fights, and whatnot. And so it just simply means that when it comes with friends, you could get in some type of Mars is the sign. Oh, I'm sorry. Mars is the planet of it deals with fights and gunshots, and Aquarius is a sign that deals with friends. You know what I mean? And so then you can it could be some form of a conflict, man, just with friends, just based off understanding the thing. So what will happen would be is usually there's going to be a trigger of some sort. And what I mean by that is Mars in the sky could be in Taurus. And now you're going through what's called a Mars square Mars, right? So then it's like, okay, since I was born with Mars in Aquarius, which activates my friends, it's likely now at this time, Mars square Mars, that I could go through it with one of my friends. Or you can have Mars in the 11th house. It's the same thing, no matter the sign. The 11th house is the area of friends. So then that means like, okay, then you got to watch it. Or one of your friends could get shot, right? Because it's the house of friends. And then Mars is, gunshots. So then it's like, oh, okay, that's how that works. You know what I mean? So it's no difference than, 1 year, a friend of mine had Mars transit the 3rd house. The 3rd house is brothers and sisters, siblings. As soon as Mars was on her 3rd house, her brother was at the club and somebody came behind him, got in an altercation and shot him, killed him. Shot him in the head. I'm like, shit. This shit right here on her 3rd house, brothers and sisters. You can see the shit clear as day. You know what I'm saying? But that's how it works. It's just you got to be mindful of the friends you keep because something could happen, whether it's a conflict with you and them or they're in conflict. The high side of it is friends that are motivated about changing the world, though, man, because Mars represents purity, passion, and Aquarius is all about uplifting humanity. So now you got to take that real power and be passionate about doing something that benefits humanity. It could be Red Cross, it could be anything. but it's something that benefits humanity is the key. Cool. It's revolutionary too. It's Bob Marley. It's Tupac. Tupac got Mars in Aquarius, and that's why I'm saying that's what people really love. That's the passion that they love. Tupac is not necessarily the greatest rapper per se, but you love the fact that he spoke the truth, and that's what you liked about him. And so, therefore, it's the passion of revolution was there. You know what I'm saying? And then you'd be like, oh, okay, I rocks with that. Yeah, he can be one of the greatest, but he's not necessarily considered the greatest. That's a whole nother conversation. Was that who? That's me and my friend Mars position. I'm Aries. He's Virgo. He does cater to me, very nurturing, so patient. Dope. Which do you weigh over the other day? What was that? My question is about what is it? Sex? Which do you weigh over the other day or night charts? I'm not conscientiously aspiring. I'm not understanding the question of that one. Just shoot it to me again. Right. So you 0 degrees Libra now. So technically your progressed birthday is the fall equinox this year. And so then what's going to happen is progress wise, when the sun is really there, it's like 921, 922 in that area and whatnot. So technically each year from that point, it'll go up 1 day. But when the sun at that time of year, the sun is now on your progress sun. So it's kind of like your second birthday and whatnot. That's inner chamber stuff, man. Tressy's Muse, brother Pool, where's the best places to buy land and houses? Are people for what to come? About 22 or so acres. What do you think? Oh man, good question. So it depends. Like, are you looking like personally? Because there's a cool feature that is on astro.com, and I don't think we even showed it. Jew had talked about how I think it was Benny the Butcher when he got shot. He has a line, there's a planetary line that ran through Houston. So on astro.com, you can literally go put your data in, and there's a portrait, like it may say astro travel. You can click on that chart, and then it's going to show lines all over the world. You can see where your planetary lines run through. You can click on it, and they'll give you a definition. I don't really like their definitions per se, but it's cool. But you can actually see where, based off their algorithm, which I would love to know how they composed it, but you can see where the lines run through. So now, people go to places, and then, each place has its own distinctive, vibe, its own energy and whatnot. So if you want to make it personal, I would look into that and whatnot and see what that is. But far as like overall market, I mean, right now, this is a seller's market. The sellers are in control because the prices are up right now. Just a general consensus of the market. Things are not necessarily cheap right now. So that's why a lot of investors are waiting for the bubble to pop in a sense, because it just, the prices are just high. So I can't say where to buy from a real estate standpoint, far as raw land goes. It also would depend on what's the purpose of the land as well. You know what I mean? So it's just factors in there. What's the goal? You know what I mean? But I know one thing, more of a big cosmic sign is what we're looking at far as the American eclipse that's coming in 2024. What is it? Maybe April the 7th, I think it is. Maybe April 9th, 2024. In conjunction with the great eclipse that happened in 17, Southern Illinois has a city called Future City. And that whole southern region of Illinois is known as Little Egypt. And when I see the eclipse patterns appearing, appearing over southern Illinois, future city, mounds, cities called Karnak, cities called Cairo, cities called Thebes. You have all these Egyptian cities in southern Illinois. The Mississippi is said to produce some of the most fertile grounds ever if you got soil next to it. The grand sign in the heavens is clearly pointing to you got to carve out a spot somewhere in southern Illinois. I just gave you all the Egypt references to it. And it is the home state far as representing it goes. It's not the birth state, but it is the home state of the great emancipator Abraham Lincoln. So, in my opinion, and it's more of a spiritual thing, we need to be doing something in southern Illinois, Little Egypt, because southern Illinois is the Egypt of the West. And this is why in East St. Louis, which is not St. Louis, Missouri, East St. Louis is when you cross the Mississippi River, you're now back in Illinois. And it's something known as the Cahokia Mound. Cahokia, Cahokia Mound. In its heyday, and even now in the base of it, it superseded the Great Pyramid in Egypt. I ain't talking about in height, I'm talking about in base. So this was a humongous earth pyramid that was built out of just dirt and grass and shit. So we wasn't using the limestone per se like we was using over there. It was actually using the earth itself. And so there's something that needs to be done in that area. But look at it for your personal. All right. Oh, you been there in 2011, Cahokia? Yeah. That's dope. Oh, Lisa L. Phoenix Sundance. Yo, you in good company. That girl glow. It's my Phoenix Sundance. She glow. She got that glow stick. She's a testament of tonight's conversation in a sense of, having to go through the intensity of the Phoenix fire of the relationship in order to blossom and just to achieve what she wanted to achieve. And the beautiful thing about it is her and her ex-husband rather, is cool and can have conversation and look out for one another and respect each other in their progress. Super duper dope, man. Super dope. All right. All right. Where we at, man? Where we at? Oh, Blueberry by Stella Rose. I heard about that. All right. We good? Natal Mars in the 5th house, man. Natal Mars in the 5th house. Be careful. You can have a lot of children. That is a classic pregnancy marker. Mars coming through the 5th or born with it in the 5th. Energetic children, energetic passion. This is a super duper lover energy, super romantic. Potential fights and quarrels though inside of here. Children could be accidental prone. So Mars rules the head. 5th house is fun. Make sure children have helmets on. If they're daredevils, because Mars could be a little daredevil, and then the 5th house is children. So just want to make sure that they're protected to the best of their ability. Make sure that you're absolutely pursuing your passion, the arts, the fun things in life. Mars in the 5th house, man, there's no containing it. That's an athlete. That's how much energy that is. That is an athlete. You know what I'm saying? So that is like pure D masculine energy at its best. If it's feminine, still can be athletic. as well. So that's a lot of energy that needs to express itself in greatness. That's like a bodybuilder, like the person that's super duper in shape. But if it's not even physical, then it's something that you still have to do to express that energy to greatness, man. I'm a fan of Mars with the Leo combination. All right. Nope. It's not about one stronger than the other. Progress stronger than NATO. Nope. It's all about harmony. I've seen them both work. It's not one stronger than the other. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say one stronger than the other. If I had to choose, though, because you're born with the NATO and you got to grow into progression, but oftentimes the core of who you are is still who you are. So the NATO may be stronger in a sense, but I try not to look at them like that. I just look at them as complementary and, you know, all right, how I tap in. Oh, this is here. Oh, if I do X, Y, Z, I can get in. Cool, bam. Let's do it. You know what I mean? Where Mars at? He in Aries. I got anything in the Cardinals? Oh no, cool. I ain't got nothing in the Cardinals, son. Ascendant air Cancer. I may have headaches from time to time. Okay, cool. Let me keep me some aspirin on deck, and I may even pop a little bit of aspirin. And ain't even nothing wrong with me. I just don't even want the negative radiation to creep up on me. You know what I'm saying? Because I always say this, man. Know where Mars is at. And once you learn how to measure Mars, that's the only thing I'll be paying attention to. I know everything else. Jupiter takes a whole year. Saturn takes 2.5 years. And it's going to be there for a minute and shit. I keep my eyes on that nigga Mars. Like, no. I know where you at all times. If you fuck around and get robbed, you don't know where you at. You know what I mean? And so, accidents and shit. All right. 4 planets in Aries, Leo Sun, Virgo rising. So 4 planets in Aries and a Leo Sun, girl, you can't sit still. I wouldn't even try to keep you still. You can't sit still. All right. So we good, man. Damn, 2 hours and 30 minutes, man. We do this, man. All right. So let's close it out with this, man. Topic of the conversation. You know what I'm saying? Your spouse can be your enemy. Honest conversation. Honest conversation. It's tough, man. It's tough. I can't act like it ain't tough. The best I can say is, again, it's tough, but just know that each day it gets better. But you have to make a decision somewhere and make it consciously, because unconscious decisions get people fucked up. Okay. I want to scare you, but it's just the truth. Okay. Ladies, tighten up. You heard what I said earlier. If you didn't, rewind it. Tighten up. I'm watching, and me and my brother, we here to help you. You know what I'm saying? Because I got a relationship compatibility index that's off the chain. I showed y'all on one of the shows. It's just off the motherfucking chain. You know what I'm saying? That deals with energy. And most importantly, the mindset has to be there. You know what I'm saying? The mindset has to be there. But get clear on your goals, what you doing, and I just think that sometimes women may have to take the lead, and you may not be comfortable with that, right? Because it goes against who you are. But see, sometimes that happens in the dynamic of relationships, and then you just got to ask a question: is this for me to take the lead? Because this may go against who you are, and it don't work, right? Creates some issues in a sense. But when I say take the lead in the sense of, you ask those questions about the vision and things of that nature, and just see if it aligns. And if it don't align, you know what I'm saying, then you can see if it can align. If it can't align and you just see that there's no, because I'm gonna tell you something, not participating in some bullshit. I don't like that shit. That's some that's like being on a team, and if we playing football and I ain't blocking. What you mean you ain't blocking? You ain't we hooping. Oh, you ain't gonna run the screen? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. That's not cool when we ain't playing on the same team. All right. So y'all know what I'm talking about, man. You gotta get this shit together. Get it together. We gonna get on up out of here for the night. You need me, man. myastrologycoach.com. I got you. Again, you can do these monthly reports for only $19.99 a month. That's like, I'm not trying to bait you into that. I'm just saying, if you feel like that's you. I'll tell you the answer where you don't have to get to 1999. Won't you put yourself in a position to be happy in life and stay the fuck happy? You don't need this shit. You will always be in a state of constant abundance. That's the key to the shit. Okay? But if you're not there yet, cool, admit it and shit. Then then you may need it. Okay? Get at me. The Prosperity Investment Group, man. Family Wealth Club. All right, join me, man. If you ain't trying to get the family together, I don't know what to say, man. All right, so subscribe, share with a friend, hit the notification button, man. And as Ruby said, we will do a video. Next video is going to be on something of success, of beneficence. And I have to go find what that is. Okay. All right, man. Peace.